Welcome everybody. I am so late. Welcome to the Doom Vlog episode 56, brought to you by Spoiled Milk. Okay, so I'm very late. I apologize most profusely. I'll tell you why I'm late. You might have a little chuckle, or maybe you're not. Maybe you'll just be like, you're a loser. I actually was in the lounge room and I was thinking, I'll get out there soon, I'll start prepping. But it wasn't that late. It was just on 9, my kids were still up, and I was like, I'll wait till I get a bit sleepy or go to bed or whatever, and then I'll go. But while I was doing that, excuse me, first yawn of the evening, while I was doing that, I thought I'll eat some chips and I'll sit in front of the TV and I'll watch something. So I started watching a couple of random different things, and I ended up settling on Scooby-Doo, the cartoon series. So I was watching Scooby-Doo, passed out in front of Scooby-Doo, fell asleep on the couch. Well, I had my hoodie on, so I guess, I'd warmed up, and I had a blanket over my knees like an old person, and I fell asleep. Yep, fell asleep, no beer involved, just fell asleep. And I woke up because I think my wife or someone walked into the kitchen to grab a glass of water. I opened my eyes. Didn't really know where I was for a second. Looked at my watch, 1:30. 1:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. I hadn't prepped, hadn't made a thumbnail, hadn't done anything. Just not ready at all. Got up and was like, oh, I'm not going to do it. I can't be ready. I can't do it. I can't be ready. And then I got up and thought, I'll go into the studio anyway, and then, I don't know, I'll watch something. I'm not wasting the night. I've had a huge week. Not going to waste the night. So I started packing. I'm like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go on the vlog. I'm just going to get it ready. It's going to be late. It's going to be really late, but I'm going to do it. And here I am. It did take a long time. I got in here at about, so I woke up at 1:30, got in here about 15 minutes later. Grabbed my shit, left the house, came in. But then I had to make a thumbnail, all that stuff. Prep, get ready. So here I am. I'm here. I'm sorry, I'm late. I'm here. Some of the people that are probably in a bit earlier aren't going to be in here because it's late. And I'm probably not going to be in on the vlog for a super long time because it's now 3:18 in the morning here. It's 3:18 in the morning. Yay. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I'm here. I'm still here. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to not do it. I'm here. I'm doing it. All right, so it's BZ in the Neon Doom Room. I should have said that at the very beginning, but you mostly know me, the people that do know me. And I've got 2 other people or things in here that actually allow me to do my job as a vlogger in this Neon Doom Room for the Doom Vlog. And that is, number 1, it is Rotten Roddy, my camera, my master at arm's length, Rotten Roddy, what can we say about Rotten Roddy that we don't always say about Rotten Roddy? Nothing. We're going to say the same thing we say about Rotten Roddy every week, which is Rotten Roddy is, I'm forgetting now because I've come in here and I'm not prepared. Rotten Roddy, all-seeing, all-knowing, ever-present, and unjudgmental. That's what we always say. Very good to be unjudgmental, unless you're watching movies and you've got opinions about things, in which case it's very good to be judgmental, because we need that. We need judgmental. We need opinions. Otherwise, everything would be cookie cutter. It would all be the same, and who wants the same? In terms of unjudgmentalness, though, obviously, we're not judgmental about people, people's life choices, people's, any kinds of choices. Smoking, vaping, drinking, gambling. I mean, I'd prefer if you didn't gamble. It's not good to gamble, but if that's what you want to do, as long as you're a good person, sex, gender, country of origin, we don't care who you are, what you do. Live your life. Be happy. We support that. And now our other person in here is Mike. Mike. I mean, it's Mike. What other name would Mike have? Not Jehoshaphat. Not Terry. I know a Terry, very nice guy. And not Cynthia, and not Enrique. I don't know why I thought Enrique, but I just thought Enrique. But no, Mike. Just Mike. All right, up here we have a movie playing. I forgot to mention last week's movie at the end of the episode, but I did write it in the comments. It was Queen of the Damned. What's this movie? You'll probably guess it, actually. If you're a movie file, you'll probably guess it. But I want you to guess it. I want you to get in the chat or in the comment section and tell me. And tell me before you reach the end of the video. Tell me, because I'll try to remember to tell you which movie it is at the end of the movie. I need Roddy to focus just a little bit more on me. There we go. Is that a bit better? I think he's focusing on me now. So tell me what the movie is. All right, let's move things along. Let's not chat too much. I've had to down half a cup of energy drink just to wake myself up. So don't mind if I do. Good goddamn. All right. We've got a couple of things to cover tonight. And I'll keep looking this way. There's a few things playing in here. We've got my brain is not functioning right now. We've got The Bad Batch playing on the main TV. We don't watch things while we're talking to you, obviously. These are just things that are playing. I like having multiple things playing in this room because there's a few media sources. We've got The Bad Batch playing on here. I like The Bad Batch. I mean, bar a few episodes, it's a very good series. Bad Batch is playing there for some splashy light. Over in that corner, to keep up with the Star Wars theme, we've got Attack of the Clones. I just put Attack of the Clones or Harry Potter on, or Indiana Jones, because they're long movies and I can let them all play out. Sometimes when I'm choosing a movie on VHS to put on the CRT TV over there, I get it wrong, and I put on a movie that only goes for like an hour and a bit, and then I have to get up and rewind it, and that's a real hassle. So I try to put really long movies on so that they can just keep playing while I'm talking. So we got The Bad Batch, we got Attack of the Clones, then we've got a mystery movie up here, which you're going to tell me. Okay, and all the lights are on this time. I haven't forgotten anything. The lava lamp is, yeah, you can't see it very well, but it's just starting to work now. I turned it on late, obviously. It's formed a large phallus inside of it. So, yeah, you can probably see it if I move away. It's starting to melt. Very phallic, very disconcerting. All right, so before we move on to anything else, let us, come on, Roddy, focus. Rotten Roddy. Don't focus, no, Rotten Roddy's focusing on the TV in the background. You meant to focus on me. Me. Middle. Right there. Thank you, Roddy. Me, not anybody else. That's why I try to stay in the middle. In the middle. Maybe I need to move him over just a little bit more. Because if I put myself in the center, he tends to focus on me. We're going to move on to the first episode of the evening, which we always start with, which is the beer episode. Let's go to the beer bumper right now. Let's waste any time. Let's go straight to it. Go. Beer. Beer, 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 beer. Everybody loves beer. No views. My YouTube studio is changed. It used to show me the current views total of a video and how many people were on the live. And now it doesn't show me both of those things. It just says views. And I haven't really put any time into investigating why that is. And I don't understand. Because I want to see who's currently live. And I don't really mind if it shows me, you know, my total views. Like if somebody's dropped in and out 3 times, it might show me 3 views. I don't care about that so much. I just want to see who's live right now. And I don't know what to make of it because it's how many times viewers watched your video. See, it's not enough. It's not enough information. Learn more. This number may fluctuate, especially for new videos. Yeah, great. I don't want to know that. I want to know how many people are live. Because I could see it could be the same person twice. I don't know. It's very confusing. But we're not drinking any beer tonight. What we are, well, we might. But for the moment, what we're going to have is a from Dan Murphy's, a Johnny Walker Black Ruby Scotch whiskey and blackberry and soda. We had this last time. Well, I wouldn't say last time, but we had this a little while back. And it was really nice. Subtle background taste of blackberry, but very nice. Alcohol content, I forgot what it was, 6%. So it's got a kick to it. It's got a kick to it. And we're just going to drink it out of the can because I can't be bothered getting multiple glasses out here. So cheers. And it was on discount. If you can call a discount, close to $5 for 1 can, which I don't know. I don't know if I'd call that a discount, but still. Oh, very nice. Like I said, this has a background taste. When you first drink it, you don't get the blackberry. Blackberry and soda. So when you first taste it, you don't get the blackberry. As it goes down, you get the blackberry. So you get it as a background taste, but it's nice. It's like an aftertaste. But you get the Johnny Walker straight away. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay. Okay, now it was a bit not right to call this episode beer when it's not beer, but there might be beer still. I've got beers. I can keep drinking beers. Being 3 something in the morning. Don't know how long I'm going to last, but I wanted some alcohol to have this chat. The other thing I wanted to do before I move forward is to recommend you watch a YouTube channel who's just changed his name to try to get more views. Very small channel. I thought I was a small channel. This gentleman is fairly small, but I want to recommend Mix Horror Movies. He was, I think, known previously as Mix Movie Reviews. So I'm going to recommend that you go and jump on his channel. He's from the UK. I'm not entirely sure where in the UK Mix Horror Movies is, but I highly recommend that you go and subscribe, or at least watch some videos. He reviews movies. I think he does review the whole movie, so he does talk it through. If you don't want to know what happens in the movie, maybe watch it first before you watch Mix Horror Movies. Sorry, Mick, but personally, I liked your reviews. I enjoyed. I've subscribed to you, but some movies I'm not going to watch the review of because you explain the whole movie. But I liked your videos. So if it was just like a kind of explanation of cinematography, choices, actors, you know, story, character development, things like that, but didn't really mention everything, I'd watch it all the way through. I watched a few of yours all the way through. But just to let people know that he does, so far from what I can tell, explain his review of the movie whilst explaining the whole movie. So just be aware of that. because it might spoil something for you. But very good. And please go ahead and subscribe to him if you like that kind of thing. Good on you, Mick. Any guesses about the movie up here that's gone white all of a sudden? All right, I think we need to move on to Let's Get Physical Media. But I wanted to highlight something that I might bring up again later that's been on my mind a lot lately. I've been sharing a lot of posts about it on my Instagram. You can find me on Neon Doom Room on Instagram. You can also find me under Revenge of the Video Store. That's revenge.of.the.video.store. I'm also on there. Mostly my collection's on there. That drink's made me a little bit breathless. And that is the Sony PlayStation debacle. I just have so many... See, I haven't brought this up before because I've got so many thoughts on it. And I think I could get into full ramble mode if I did go ahead and talk about it. It's disgraceful. It's really disgraceful. Sony... And it seems to be a real common thing at the moment, where companies by default are telling you how to consume their products. So, you know, you understand that if you want eggs, you buy eggs, and where you buy them from, you know, is probably going to change where you buy them, and they're going to be based on price as well, depending on what you want to pay. But they're still eggs. But if you were told that eggs are now like pre-boiled in a sealed refrigerated packet and they're going to take away real eggs from you, that's a terrible analogy. But if someone was to say to you, you can only have this like this, well, I don't like cooked eggs or I don't like boiled eggs, but that's the only way I'm being allowed to have them. That's what Sony's doing. Sony's saying, we're no longer doing physical. From 2028 onwards, it's all going to be digital because you guys only seem to be buying digital, which is a load of bullshit. So they've obviously skewed the results, and they're doing everything for profit. You don't get to own anything. You won't get to own anything. With digital, you've got no rights. If you buy something, you really own the right to play it while it's there. So you don't really own anything at all. You're renting. You're glorified borrowing the game. At the end of the day, how can a company force you under duress to make you agree to have nothing? And I saw this analogy, and I've seen it many times on Instagram and elsewhere. If buying isn't owning, then piracy isn't stealing. It's so true. If we are not allowed to own something, and I'm talking about physical media, I'm not talking about a car or something like that. If we're not allowed to own something, if we can't spend our money on something that belongs to us, this shirt... If I just woke up one morning, walked into the kitchen and my shirt just disappeared into thin air, but I paid for it. That's what this is. That's what this is. I bought it with my hard-earned cash, and now it's just disappeared. It's vanished into a wisp of smoke. It's theft. Sony, it's theft. And the thing that is funny about all of this is you've opened the hornet's nest. Is that the right terminology? You've dug your own grave, because everyone is really fucked off about it. Like the whole world, you've got all the memes where all of these companies are saying that from the future onwards, from now on, their content, their physical, their pizzas, all these different companies are like saying their things are now going to be digital. You're taking the piss, mate. I'm not going to get into a full-blown rant about it, but I'm just going to say that it's disgraceful. And I don't like saying the Darren Hinch thing, shame, shame, shame. It's disgraceful. It's fucking disgraceful. Imagine buying anything in your house. I got my camera, my laptop. Imagine my laptop I paid for it full price, and then I didn't have any rights to it. That the company could just knock on my door, walk in and take it. Oh, no, you don't own that. We own it. And when we feel like it, we can just take it away. That's what it is. You don't get to own anything. The secondary market, collectors of, I will always say, I hope this never happens to movies, but collectors of games being able to sell, trade, lend out their games to people, gone. Just gone. So what are we paying for? What is it that people that love having a collection, what are we paying for? Because I got games in here, man. I've got a lot of PlayStation games, and this is pre-idiocy. So this is PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 down there, a whole shelf load of them. PlayStation 4, PSP, PS Vita. I just have so much Sony PlayStation. And then I've got my, obviously my Nintendo Wii, my Wii, and a bunch of other Nintendo games down here. Why? What are you doing to us? What are you doing to people that love and thrive on all this? Yeah, you'll still sell the shirts. You'll still sell the caps. You'll still sell the stickers. You'll still sell everything that's branded Sony PlayStation. But then you take away the core, which is what we collect, which is the games. It's not right. And I'm not saying in a way that, it's like a mock outrage. It's not right. It's not right for you to force people into a corner and to say you only get them like this because of some stats we have that people are buying. When you're switching mostly to digital, what do you think people are going to buy? If you make things a little bit cheaper on the PlayStation Store, and you allow people to, and you're really pushing for their digital only products, like digital only, no disc player in a PlayStation 5. What do you think people are going to do? If it's cheaper to get that, they're going to buy the cheaper one. And then you force them into a cycle of buying digital, or you make it more prevalent. And then everything's turning sort of half digital anyway. So you're going from disc to downloads to special content to new features. So yeah, your results are probably skewed because people are buying the digital content to go with their digital content, and maybe to go with their disc content. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Sony is going to feel the full wrath of the whole world, which they're feeling right now. It's just disgusting. And I hope that if they do not turn around very soon, I might add, you got people already selling their PlayStations. People posting they're selling their PlayStations. They're giving up on Sony. Imagine that. You got a PlayStation 5, you just sell it. You're like, no, I'm not doing this, man. This is bullshit. You are digging your own grave, Sony. And I expect and I hope that you feel the full wrath of that you feel the full wrath of the world. And if you are not dumb, I don't understand why you would be, you will change your tune very quickly. You do not take away people's bread and butter. You do not take away the things the little joys that give them the hope to get through every single day. Gaming has been like that. It is a distraction from the hardness of the world. And we do it to enjoy ourselves, just like movies are, just like books, just like many, many other things. You do not take away that from people and say you can only have it in this form. Imagine if bookstores just said, look, we're no longer doing physical books. I know that was a sort of a thing, but there was a reason behind that. What if bookstores all banded together and just said, we have all decided you don't get physical books anymore. We're going only digital, and we are only going to do it for the Kindle and whatever other readers are out there. You come in the store, you buy a code, and then you put it on No, people collect books because they want a book collection. People collect books because they want to pick up things in their hands. They want to hand it to a friend to borrow, to read, to bring it back, or to hand as a gift. You cannot take away secondary markets. I wouldn't even call it a secondary market. It's a first market. You cannot take away the first thing. Digital is secondary, not first. Crazy. Sorry, I'm going on a rant. I'm going to stop myself. It's ridiculous. And Sony had better change their tune. I hope they're in damage control right now, because they're going to lose this fight. They're going to lose this fight. And anybody new that they hope to get, they may lose as well. Honestly, it's akin to the stupidity of Disney. It really is. Turning around and telling their own customers that original Star Wars fans are bigoted and sexist, and who cares about a bunch of like 60-year-old fans that have been around since the beginning of the franchise. So you don't spit in the face. I'm not just talking about Disney, I'm talking about Sony as well. You don't spit in the face of your customers. You do what the customers want. The customers want physical games, you fucking give them physical games. The customers want this and that, you give them that. When did that change? When did I'm not saying the customer has to always be right, but this is your target market. This is your audience. These are the people throwing money at you. And you're about to lose all of that money. You're about to lose so much money, you do not even understand how much. Freaking hope you understand how much. How could you choose a decision over sensibility and money? People are telling you what they want, and you're just doing the complete opposite and telling the people that told you what they want, not just that they're wrong, but they chose it. You're telling them they chose digital. Go on Instagram, go on YouTube, go on any other social media format and have a look at people's physical collections. Choose any gamer, big or small, with a large or small account, and look at their collections. Is that what they want? Do they really want digital? Do they want to flash a bunch of codes in a photo and go, look at all these games I bought? Or take photos of the screenshots of their menu on their Sony PlayStation? Look at the games I've got. No, people want physical. Physical. Look. Physical. Physical. I've got them here. I've got like movies here. I've got games. I got everything in this room. Physical. I want it. I want to hold it. It's mine. You can't take it. You can't amend it. You can't change it. Or maybe with games you can, but with movies you can't. You can't just take it away from me. You can't take it off of 10 different streaming services. You can't change the content. Even if you take away a game, which you shouldn't, because you think it's done and it's old and you can't do it anymore, you should not be taking away the physical disc that people have. You shouldn't be taking away anything, to be honest. All right, let's move past this rant, this giant rant. Let's get this light back on me. Come on, Roddy. Focus on me. Focus, Roddy. Focus. Focus, Roddy. Why would you focus? It's gone very dim in here. Come on. You can do this. There we go. All right. I don't know how many people are watching. Nobody. That's okay. I started late. Sony are about to pay big time. They're about to pay. I don't think they even understand. Do you even understand how much they're going to pay for that mistake? They had better jump on that one quickly. They had better turn around and say they were sorry, they made a mistake, and they're going to keep going the way they're going. They're going to make more physical games. It's not going to stop. They better. No one else is doing it, just them. You know, at the end of the day, you piss off your audience, mate, you are going to pay for it. All right? Maybe you make stereos, I don't know what else you're going to do with your life. They're barely doing any movies between Sony and Disney, who are partners. They're barely doing any movies. I don't know how they... Do you like money? I like money. If I was a company, I'd be like, how do I make more money? I'm not going to steal from people and take, their bread and butter away from them to make more money and pretend it's more money than I could have had. If I wanted to make more money, I would give people what they want and make more money. You're doubling your resources. You're giving people more of what they want. If you halve your resources or 2/3 down your resources and piss a bunch of people off, you're not going to just make less money. You're going to make a lot less money. You're going to lose customers, and I don't understand it. Same with Disney. Not releasing huge huge back catalogue of movies on Blu-ray and 4K. Just don't care. No, just don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. I don't understand the mentality. Get rid of your home movie department, whatever it was called in Disney, just shutting it down. You don't want money? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to make more money? You don't want to make more money and get more customers and make people happy and make people see Disney/Sony in an amazing light? You've got so many other companies right now that people speak so highly of, that, and I'm talking about movies at this very second, that are releasing things on physical media. You know, like we've got an Australian company called Umbrella Entertainment, and I love Umbrella Entertainment. We're gonna open some Umbrella Entertainment mail / stuff in a minute, amongst other things. But this company started small, and they are now a contender in the movie distribution network. They're spoken highly of all over the world. I know there's movie channels that I watch on YouTube. Last Movie Standing, the Cobwebs channel, AVA Pop Culture, Mid-Level Media, you know, that are receiving or buying or putting in their collection Umbrella Entertainment things. And they started from a small company. They're better than Disney by 100-fold. Sorry, Umbrella Entertainment. I didn't mean that to sound like you're smaller than anybody else. Well, my point here is that Sony/Disney, when it comes to movies, could be a powerhouse. They're some of the biggest companies in the world. They could be dominating the market, but they're not. But they're not dominating the market. And I got Rotten Roddy who's not giving me any light. Give me some light. They could be dominating the market just by pure force of will. They could be. 100%. They could be easily saying, oh, we're just going to release stuff every month, and bam, millions upon trillions, gazillions of dollars. Happy customers, tons of content. I mean, think of the back catalogue. Think of the back catalogue. They release 1%, less than that, 0.5% of their catalogue. They do nothing, almost nothing. Compared to everyone else, nothing. What a waste. What a waste of physical media that we could be preserving, that we could be looking after. What a waste of money for a company. Customers. I mean, you want to bring people back to Disney's fold and Sony. Give them what they want, but you just don't care. These companies, mate, they drive you up the wall. They don't care. They don't care. Like, imagine a burger joint that you go to all the time, just suddenly not caring. You're going to buy a burger, they're like, we haven't made them yet. Just come back tomorrow. I got no more words left. No more words left. If you want to watch anything about the frustration about Disney and Sony, you can watch Mid-Level Media. He's always riding them about that. And, you know, to a certain degree as well, Last Movie Standing and a few other places. Disney, Sony, between Sony PlayStation and Disney Sony movie releases, guys, get your shit together. Like, seriously, I couldn't see a company any less enthused to do anything within the field that they're actually professional in. Like, just when you go to work every day, just go to work. Actually, don't do this. Go to work and just don't do anything when you're there. See if your boss likes it. I'm sure they don't, and they won't. But that's why these big companies that were like, we're a big company. Who gives a shit? Don't give a shit. We'll just release some trash in the cinema, point everybody to streaming, and ignore everything else. Oh, it's declining. Oh, it doesn't matter. We don't care. Just make more streaming movies. Oh, it's not working. We don't care. Should we do physical media? Can't be bothered. But it makes more money. Don't you like money? Sure, but you know. No, come on. Give me a break. So freaking over it. Disney, Sony, get your shit together. Seriously. Rant over. All right. That rant was brought to you by sarcasm. Views, none. That's right, I have started late. Has anyone commented on our post? Not really. My Instagram has been a bit slow lately. I'm nearly at 500 subscribers, so I've already beat the original Neon Doom Room channel. Oh, somebody's... Okay, very good. So there's been a little bit of touching base with this vlog on Instagram. And meanwhile, you got these big companies wasting their resources, and you got little companies, little YouTubers like me and other people, and mixed horror movies, who are fighting to get stuff out on YouTube, squeezing it into our busy lives. And then you got the YouTube algorithm and a bunch of other shit that's just not working. So, you know, you try to go from small to big, and it's hard work. I'm not going to complain like it's the be all and end all, but it's hard work. It's a lot of work, and YouTube expects you, and Instagram expects you to build communities and get chatting. And I've actually done a bit of testing of that. It's hard work, and the gains, look, I'm happy with all the friends I've made, but it's nowhere near. If you're a big business, or you've got like, you base your whole world around social media, which I cannot do. I work, I have kids. These big companies like YouTube, and then you got big companies like Sony and Disney, who just have that opportunity and just waste it. They just waste it. I mean, you've got the resources, you've got all that stuff, you just waste it. And here am I, I'm like picking up freaking cigarette butts off the ground, not literally, just figuratively, trying to get my channel to work, you know? And it's a battle. It's a battle. All right. That drink hasn't quite hit me, but it's sort of hit me. And I hope that you can all hear me. If you can hear me, can you all hear me? Can you all hear me?
Can you all hear me?
Can you all hear me?
Can you all hear me?
I feel a little bit like if I keep drinking, I'm going to end up like this.
What did I say? He can't hold his liquor.
But really, I should be a little bit like this.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
It's got a fruity bouquet. Oh! It's got a fruity bouquet. Oh! Have you guessed the movie yet? 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 Go and guessing away. Go and guessing away. I think it's time for us to do Let's Get Physical Media, because we need to move along. I've chatted for a little bit too long because I was really pissed off. I should have done it as like a news bumper like that. Should have done it like the news bumper and had a rant, but I'm already past that point. All right, let's go to Let's Get Physical Media.
Let's get physical media. I wanna get physical media. Let me hear your movies talk.
Wrong bumper. I like the bumper. I should have just put the music on again. I like that little vlog. It's vlog time music. So let's get physical media. Let us get freaking physical. I've got a little bag here. No one's watching. Got a bag. It's Cole's bag. They're just easy to carry in my car. I usually put them in the house or in my car, and when I drive my car to an op shop, I take the bag out, and it's actually easier as well than getting those big plastic things if they have them. And I just collect movies and put them in the bag and then take them to the counter and then carry them out. It's just a lot easier. Paper bags are not very reliable, but better than nothing and easy to fold down. So let's get physical media. Got a lot to talk about. I'll do some of them as mail, and I've got a lot of umbrella. Now, we're not going to open up the umbrella ones. We're just going to show them. I would like to review them at some point. So finding time to review things is kind of scarce these days. but we can at least show them to you. All right, let us. I wonder if you can guess the movie from some of these images. Oh, who's that? Who is it? So the op shop didn't have a lot today. You might have seen my thumbnail. Hang on, I don't like bending down away from the camera, but let's just grab the first couple out. We've got 3 DVDs. I'm trying to be picky because obviously I'm reducing my DVD collection, not physically reducing them. I've already picked out the ones I want to move on. I'm reducing them in terms of I'm putting them in Terrafold cases. Do I have a Terrafold case close by? I don't think I do. Let me just show one to you. I've got such a tight space here to get in and out of. But give me a second. Ugh. Wonder if you can guess the movie. Can you guess the movie? So I'll take the cover and the disc, to cover off and the disc out. And these are a plastic flap. Here's City Slickers 2. It's got a flap on the back. I don't know if you can see that. Already should be able to focus on it. So there's a flap on the back that can come out. Tuck it in. Comes out like this. Come on, you can focus. Surely you can focus on the flap. There you go, you got a flap here. And they slide inside like an envelope. You put the flap in, you got to lift this bit out here. Put the flap in. Now I have had to, well, did I actually leave this one like that? They are a bit bulgy when you do the whole spine. So this one has the whole spine in it, and for some reason that seems to kind of work, but they do bulge a little bit. They do bulge a little bit. So lately I've been folding, I know heresy, but I've been folding that spine. Whoops, this one around here. Been folding that spine in half because they fit perfectly when you do that. But I find these are a little bit inconsistent in size. It really needs to have just a little bit more around the edges on the inside if I want to see the whole spine. Now, there is no real need to see the spine because it needs to be that way. So if it was sitting up like that and I could flick through, it would need to be back to front. And I hate when European and English ones or whatever are back to front. I think they're mostly like European, like Spain and stuff. Back to front. So I've been folding them in half because honestly, they're just going to probably stay like this forever. I can't imagine my room is just going to like magnify and get bigger, and it's not like the cube where every room's going to get bigger and bigger and there's extra room in there. But I'm just going to put them in Terrafold cases. Keeps the disc clean. These can go in a little flicky case like records, and I can pick through movies. That's where I'm getting most of my DVDs going to go, to this Terrafold method. I got this idea from Last Movie Standing, which I think he got it from maybe Serial at Midnight. Serial at Midnight's pretty cool. I'm not too sure if he got it from him, but or if he just heard about it and did it. He does a few different things to keep his collection lean and mean. But yeah, Terrafold cases. That's the way of the future for me. They look clean, they're shiny, they're nice, they look nice. They're not like the ones you get from overseas when you're like staying in Bali or something. You go into one of those stores where it's just all rips, but you get them in these sleeves. It's not going to look like that. Obviously, it's going to be your movie collection reduced. Now, I don't have the space in here to have DVDs, VHS, Blu-rays, you know, cassettes, CDs, all of the works, all these toys. I'm running out of room. So people that watch my videos know that I don't have room. It's a 3x3 room that is getting smaller by the minute. So I'm going to reduce most of my DVDs down to Terrafold cases. I'm buying, they're 100 pack. They say buy them in 100 packs. I'm going to buy a couple of 100 packs a month. I need a few. I have about, I'd say over 2,000. I'd say over 2,000. movies. I have 3,000 movies in here total, or more, because I did a rough count. So I'm going to need at least enough of these to cover 2,000 movies. That's a lot. $100, 100 pieces every case, every packet. So I get them like this. Just come in this. I haven't opened it yet. And I've still got some left over from last time, and I'm slowly whittling down. But it brings like things this big, double stacked, down to like this much. So, I mean, you're really saving a lot of space. All right, sorry, I keep harping on about it, but yeah, that's going to reduce my collection down. It means I can still access them. I don't have to like put them in the shed. Is a different way of collecting. So that's going to go back. All right, now let's get physical medium. All right, so I went to the op shop today. I haven't really been op shopping a lot lately. So I've been a bit quiet on the op shopping front. But I picked up a couple of things, and I'm being very picky. This is the reason why I was talking about Terrafoil cases. I'm being picky because the things I'm not going to put in Terrafoil cases are going to be like cult-style movies. B-grade horror movies or science fiction movies or cult movies. Things I want to collect. And also my horror collection, which is behind this. You've got all this stuff behind me here. There's a wooden shelf, this thing here, that I built by hand. You can watch the video about that if you'd like. It's done in like a speed mode. Stop motion mode kind of thing to show you how long it took. But that's full of horror. That's just a DVD horror shelf. Just horror on its own. So that's going to stay the way it is, and just all my B movies. So I'm going to keep those. So I'm being very picky about what I buy. Tell me, do you I know some people that collect on Instagram. I chat with them and stuff, and I know that some people collect everything. They got room for everything. They buy new shelves. They keep stacking them up. I don't. I got to be careful. So tell me, how do you collect? Do you just shove everything on shelves, or are you picky? Do you use Terrafoil cases? Do you, I don't know, are you selective? Do you only collect horror because it's easier, or do you only collect science fiction because it's easier, or do you only collect classic black and white movies because it's easier? I don't know. Let me know. All right, so the first one I'm going to show you, I had never heard of. It's got a weird name on the front. I couldn't pick what the actual name was immediately, but this is the cover. You ready? I love this green. Look at this green. I thought the movie was called Flight of the Living Dead, and I thought that sounded cool. But it's Plain Dead, which I thought was like, I don't get it. And then I realized Plaine, plain, like you're just plain dead. Plain Dead, because it's on the spine as well. Ready? Come on. It's on the spine as well. Zombies on a plane. Zombies on a plane. Never heard of it before. Not in my life. There are some people here that have been in other movies. You'll probably recognize some, but not really that many. There are some people here you do know. Some people here you don't know. I mean, it's got David Chisholm. Got Kristen Kerr. It's got Kevin J. O'Connor. You'll know him from The Mummy. You know, he's that really nervous guy. Please don't kill me. Derek Webster. There's a few Mummy references here, actually. Raymond Barry. Far out. Dale Midkiff. Thought it said Midkill. Eric Avari and Richard Tyson. Was Richard Tyson in... Was he the young guy that was in 3 O'Clock High? He looks a bit like him, but all of these people have been in biggish movies. But I'm guessing as background actors. Yeah, scientist on a plane smuggles another scientist's body that has been infected onto a plane. They run into bad weather. Zombie gets out, starts chewing people, making them into zombies, and no one will accept a plane on at any airport. So where do they go? What do they do? Now, I never heard of this. It looks fun. Disc is very clean. Spin. There we go. Now, the interesting thing about this movie, now all of these movies that I've got on DVD are all from Flashback Entertainment, as you can see by the back. Most of the time, I expect them to be 4:3. Aspect ratio 4:3. Look at the aspect ratio on this. This is in 16:9. That's cool. Now, the quality may be okay or bad, but I'm hoping it's towards the okay method. But 16:9, it's in widescreen. And the other great thing about this is I'm going to have to find a clear case for it because I saw a flash colour from behind here. From behind the disc, I think. When I took the disc out to check, I saw colour. Like, why is it colourful back there? Because this is meant to have a clear case. The inside of this has a very fancy inner artwork. So I'm going to find a clear case for it. I've got so many left over after reducing my collection down that I'm now going to put this in a really nice case. Oh, I didn't put that in a very good way, did I? Let's put that forward a bit. Plain Dead. Anyone watched this before? Never heard of it. I'm gonna think it's a B movie. Looks like a B movie. I mean, look at the photo. Photos on the back. It looks like a B movie. Looks like a B movie. Looks like a B movie. I'm gonna put that aside. It's gonna go in the horror collection. I'm gonna have to reduce it down a little bit because I bought stuff on Blu-ray. So there should be a little bit of room for a couple of extras. Most of these are going to be science fiction slash horror. Like I said, I'm being picky about what I pick up. All right, the next one I'd never heard of either. Disc is very clean, and I think it does have an inner sleeve as well with the chapters in it. Once again, not in a clear case, so I'm going to have to find a clear case for it. I've never heard of this before at all. Richard Greco and Tangi Miller are the main actors. I don't know who they are. Doesn't ring any bells. By the way, the previous movie cost me $2. Phantom Force, anyone? Anyone heard of Phantom Force? Anyone heard of Phantom Force? Disc is very clean. Once again, flashback, home entertainment. Aspect ratio on this one happens to be 4:3, which I'm not too surprised. But sometimes, and this is the reason why I buy these flashback entertainment movies, is sometimes they might be your only way to get it. Your only way to get the movie. I just realized that that storm in the background is actually a face. Didn't really notice that before. I thought it was just the ocean. My eyes finally caught on to what it is. It's a screaming face. Richard Greco and Tangi Miller. So basically what this is a nuclear submarine. It's taken over by... It's carrying it's like a scientific sub, and it's carrying a... What did they call it? The Venture and Old Trident. Let's see, the spelling on these is so bad, and they call the submarine the Venture without using capital. The Venture, an old Trident nuclear submarine retrofitted for research, has picked up an ancient and powerful artifact off the ocean floor and brought it on board. It's called the Hades Stone. It allows the dead to come back through and join the living. No one has entered the portal, but evil things have come back through into our world. Phantoms, demons, and an ancient badass known as the Stonekeeper, guardian of the Hades Stone. The Stonekeeper and his stone demons attack, killing the entire Venture crew. The portal inside the Hades Stone fills the sub with the accursed souls of the past. Jack Bavaro, head of Interceptor Force, has gathered his best operative minds. Man, these plots are they need to reduce them. They're so convoluted. Weapons developer Joe Murray, former New Orleans detective Leanna Potts, parapsychologist Dr. Rebecca Solomon, Navy expert diver Kyle Hudson, and engineer Paul Cutler. We don't need all their names and titles. Bavara and the Phantom Force realize the Hades Stone and its demons may have taken over the sub, and simply destroying the submarine with a torpedo won't work. A Navy attack submarine tried and was instantly wiped out by the ghostly sub. So now it's a mission for the Phantom Force team to stop the Venture before it attacks again and retrieve the Hades Stone. Armed with paranormal gear like particle guns, they're explaining it all, and vapor grenades, the team drops down through the waters in jet divers. They enter the Venture, and as the team explores the sub, the Hades Stone opens and unleashes the Stonekeeper and his demons. Then it's a battle at the bottom of the ocean for the Phantom Force. Way too many words, but never heard of it. Never heard of it. Really weird. Once again, if Flashback Entertainment's the only way I can find this and it's not released anywhere else, I'm going to buy it. And really, these are cheaper versions, even if they're in 4.3, are just placeholders. They're just placeholders. Look, if that goes on the shelf and I watch it and I go, oh, I wish it wasn't 4.3, wish it was 16.9 or something, at least it's there to watch, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to watch it. It's there to watch until I can, or if I can find a better DVD or a Blu-ray. I don't really collect 4K. I have some 4Ks, but that's because they got Blu-rays on them as well. Phantom Force. Anyone seen Phantom Force? I've never heard of it before. I don't even know what year it is. Doesn't always tell me with these Flashback Entertainment ones. There's no year. I could probably look it up. No, there's no year on it. I'm gonna guess early 2000s. That's what I'm gonna guess. That's what I wonder if I could guess by just looking it up. Phantom Force. I'm curious now. Geez, it's 4:09. I need to get a wiggle on. Mate. Phantom Force. From what I'm seeing in the images, it's only available as DVD anyway. And the DVD is the Flashback Entertainment one. Sorry, this is very bright. Phantom Force, 2004. I was right, early 2000s. Just by the images on the back, it looks like early 2000s. All right, let's go back here. Too bright. All right, the last one out of the DVDs that I picked up. 2 discs, 5 movies. So you tell me how that works with a DVD, because I would assume then that the movies are probably very short. So just doesn't give me runtime. But these also are all showing a 16:9. No runtime. 3 are on one disc and 2 are on another. And I got this whole disc with 5 movies on it for $2. So let's have a look at that, Roddy. Can we just focus now, Roddy? So we've got Alien Abduction. The War of the Worlds has already begun. Invasion of the Pod People. In the tradition of the body snatchers and species, a horrifying and primal presentation. No, destination. What does that say? Horrifying and primal descent into paranoia. The Source. Deep Evil with Lorenzo Lamas. Look at that evil rubber-suited man. And Transmorphers Fall of Man, which apparently is a prequel to Transmorphers, which I've never heard of anyway. 5 movies, 2 discs. I mean, still surprised that you get 3 movies on one disc. 1 movie. 1 movie. Sorry, 3 movies, 2 movies. Lorenzo Lamas. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Some of these have big spiels on them. Deep Evil is, I'm not going to read that one. I don't want to read all of them, actually. But if you've ever heard of any of them, I'd like to read them all, but I'm running out of time. If you've watched any of them, let me know. Have you seen Alien Abduction, Invasion of the Pod People, The Source, Deep Evil, or Transmorphers Fall of Man? I picked them up because I was kind of looking for odd things. I was looking for odd alien horror, science fiction, weirdo cult cinema, just anything that I haven't seen before. I did, kind of kicking myself now, but I left Anaconda behind. I left it behind because I thought I had it, and I'm starting to doubt myself. I should have picked it up. It was only $2. But I thought I probably owned it. but I don't know. I can't go through my whole collection looking for things, but if it's horror, it's probably in the horror section. I'll probably find that when I think I do have it, I don't, and when I think I don't have it, I do, which is why I end up with multiple things. I should have picked it up. So if I go for a drive tomorrow, maybe I'll just pick it up anyway. All right, so that's the DVDs. Now we have some VHS. And I picked up this one just for pure nostalgia. I have it on DVD already. The Great Race. Jack Lemmon, Tony Curtis, and Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood, wouldn't she? I remember loving this movie when I was a kid. I tried quite a few times to watch this on my DVD, on DVD, and I've fallen asleep in it a few times. And now it's probably just because it's a real old-timey movie. Yeah, I was probably tired, but it is a good movie. I love Tony Curtis. Jack Lemmon's fun, and Natalie Wood, wouldn't she? I picked it up. I didn't really open the VHS tape, so I probably Oh, come on, just open. Freaking hard is that? That was a really tight case. The Great Race is in there. You can tell because it says that. I don't like it when they don't have the toppers on them. At least it's got the logo, the Warner Brothers logo on it. But yeah, I prefer it when it's clean. There's no mold. I prefer it when they've got the security kind of lettering and stuff on them. This one I picked up. You'll be wondering why, but I picked up. I'll explain. The Big 3 Hours. It says for ages 1 to 6. The Big 3 Hours Kids Combo. But look what it's got on here. Now, it does have original Care Bears, which I don't mind original Care Bears. I used to love the Care Bears when I was a kid. Rainbow Bright, I don't really know much about Rainbow Bright. My Pet Monster, which was a toy, but that was also a TV series. These are all cartoons, obviously. My Little Pony never was a thing for me. But look, it's got Dino Riders in it. It's got Dino Riders. I don't know what this truck is, by the way. What's this truck? There's some Dino Riders right there. And Little Family, which I've got no idea what it is. It's just a kids combo VHS. And it's bright flash pink. But I just picked it up because it's got a couple of good ones in there. Don't mind the Care Bears, original Care Bears. Quite like Dino Riders. And My Pet Monster was an okay one as well. But what's the running time on this? It's probably just got one episode each. 180 minutes. Maybe it's got a couple of episodes of each. Doesn't really tell you. I mean, it's possible it's got one episode of each. But these episodes, they never went for a really long time. So you might even get a couple of episodes of each for 180 minutes. But really cool. I do collect cartoons from back in the day, so I picked that one up. And only two more. I picked up, I haven't checked. Oh, did I check? Let's open it. Hang on. Yeah, the Big 3 Hours Kids Combo. The VHS tape is not moldy. I'm concerned now because I found a moldy one recently. This one is not moldy either and is in there. Agatha Christie. And Then There Were None. This book was called something. No, it wasn't called something. Then There Were None. This movie had some controversial dialogue in it back in the day. I mean, not the movie, the book. From memory. I won't say the dialogue that was in the book because it's controversial. It's a rhyme. It's a little rhyme they used to say in this. This is the thriller. Yeah, but I think they changed the wording in it. It was very controversial, and should be controversial because no one should call people what she called people in the rhyme, even though it's an Agatha Christie one. And Then There Were None is in there. If you know, you know. And the last thing I picked up on VHS, which why are you so hard to open? I didn't open any of these to check them. It's in there. And it's not moldy. The case is very dirty. It's under drama. Who was it through? Oakley Movie Land. Under drama. Apollo 13. Movie Land, $5 per night. Love these stickers. $5 per night. Classic movie. So Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, Bill Paxton, the legendary Bill Paxton, Gary Sinise, and Ed Harris. Like, what a smorgasbord of good actors. It's in there. It looks really nice. Actually, I should show you. It has a topper on it, which is nice. Apollo 13 with the CIC video. I've got a lot of CIC video releases. So very nice. It's a very nice. All right, we're at 4:19 in the morning. I'm about to lose out entirely, but I did start very late. So once again, I apologize. Really, the way I should do things, come on, just go back in the bag. The way I should do things is I should be prepping for this stuff during the day on a Saturday, coming in early to set up the thumbnails and descriptions and all that stuff, and camera settings, and then coming in here just to turn it on and start shooting. And then I could be in here early. It never works out that way. It just never works out that way. So it means if I come in here late, then I still have to do all those things. I have to shoot thumbnails, I have to edit thumbnails, download thumbnails, upload thumbnails, write everything that needs to be written. I also need to jump on Instagram and post links. All of that takes way too much time. But I fell asleep during Scooby-Doo, so that's what happened. All right, moving on to, I'm going to show you my umbrella entertainment haul. It's rather large. It's got a fruity bouquet. It's rather large.
It's got a fruity bouquet.
It's got a fruity bouquet. Well, look, there's nobody here. I would have thought that, I guess maybe people are out partying. Partying, is that what people do these days? I don't. I'll be lucky to see a gig these days. But it's mostly because most of us come out at night. Mostly.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Mostly. Well, I would like it if it was mostly, because no one's watching. No, it's not showing anybody watching. But that's because I started late. Okay, so let's have a look at our umbrella entertainment. Mostly umbrella. I think it's all umbrella entertainment. These I've been collecting over the course of weeks and weeks. Oops, sorry, table and mic. I haven't shown them because I've been meaning to, and I kept putting them off, and then I missed doing some episodes, and then I missed doing more episodes, and then I eventually came back on to do episodes, but I had a lot of catching up on movies to do on those episodes, so I didn't get to the umbrella entertainment. But these are all, pretty much, most of them, mostly... they are mostly from sales, because Umbrella Entertainment had a sale. Sorry, I should say JB Hi-Fi recently had a sale where Umbrella Entertainment's stock was heavily reduced, and it allowed me to jump on, and they've had it for a while, so it's probably going to end soon. It's still up currently, I think, but they're running out of stock of things. It allowed me to get some really expensive things really cheap, and things that are on my list. So if you know me, you know my list it's ever present or going. It just never ends. But in terms of umbrella, I have a list of things. It's like, when I can afford to, I'm going to get this. When I can afford to, I'll get that. So when JB Hi-Fi had a sale on, I decided that wherever possible, if the sale continued, I would try to get as many Umbrella Entertainment releases as I could at a reduced price, so that I didn't have to then pay double later. And the prices got ridiculous for us, so it was reduced, and then they had a sale on top of it of 20% off. I think it was 20% off. 20 or 25% off. I think it was 25% off. So it was reduced, and then you go in, and it would be reduced from the reduced price by 25%. And that was insane. So I just kept going back and getting more and more, because I think I've reduced a lot of my umbrella needs down to the bare minimum after this. Let's just start back to front. Some of these are Blu-ray, or most of them are Blu-ray. There's some that are going to be Blu-ray and 4K because it became you got the sleeve, and I don't have 4K right now. I don't really collect 4K, but come on, mate. I need the light to bounce down here. Bounce down here. I need light. If I get 4K in the future, as in if I get a 4K TV and a 4K player in the future, I can play these. But at the moment, because it comes with 4K and Blu-ray, I've got the best of both worlds, and I've got a nice slipcase as well. I don't know if that makes sense, but if I can find them mostly on 4K/Blu-ray, where they have both options, I'm going to take that option. Now, it's just too much light now because of the slip sleeve and all that stuff, where possible. First one I've picked up. Well, it wasn't the first one I picked up. Black Sheep. You can't tell from the front, but this is 4K and Blu-ray because it tells me that on there. I haven't opened it yet. It does say 2 discs and Blu-ray. I have this on DVD. 2 disc. This will be 4K Blu-ray. I'm sure I saw it like that one there, but it's 4K Blu-ray, 2 disc, Black Sheep. It's like Zombie Sheep. I think it's New Zealander too. It's a black comedy. No pun intended. There are 40 million sheep in New Zealand and they're pissed off. Prepare yourself for the violence of the lambs in this zombie horror, the likes of which they should have said, oh, they've written you have never seen before. Terrified of sheep and dosed up on therapy, Harry Oldfield returns to his family's farm to sell out to his older brother Angus, unaware that something bad is going on. Angus's reckless genetic engineering program. When a pair of inept environmental activists release a mutant lamb from Angus's laboratory onto the farm, thousands of sheep are turned into bloodthirsty predators. Along with the farmhand Tucker and greeny girl Experience. Is her name Experience? Henry finds himself stranded deep on the farm as his worst nightmare comes to life because he's scared of sheep. Equal parts hilarious, gory, and crazed, and packed with formidable talent of Weta Workshop effects, this horror comedy will mean you never look at the sheep the same way again. I have it on DVD. I picked it on DVD because I found it in an op shop on DVD, and I was like, yep, I'm buying that. But now I have it on Blu-ray/4K with this beautiful sleeve. I believe it has a different cover on the inside of it. I haven't opened it and I'm not here, but I had to pick it up. I don't remember the price, but it was very cheap. Sorry, Mike. Next one I picked up for $11. The price is on here, but that's wrong because that had 25% off of the price that was on there. So I think it was like about $17 or so. Maybe it was, no, it was $14. Was it $14? I can't remember. Anyway, I got it for $11.50. The new Toxic Avenger movie from Umbrella. I really want the original collection, but that was very expensive, and I'll get around to it eventually. I love the original Toxic Avenger, Troma Films. The new Toxic Avenger, I paid $11 for it. It's got Elijah Wood in it as well as Peter Dinklage. And yeah, really fun. Really looking forward to giving this one a go. So that was that one. This was $25 on special. Sorry, I'm just taking the stickers off because I don't want them on there anyway. So this was I believe a $39. Most of these are $39 movies. A lot of these, Umbrella and Image and other, whatever the company is, a lot of them are around the $39, $40, $45, $50 mark. And then they got reduced. This got reduced to $25. And I think it was 20% off now, I think of it, because it went from 25 to 20. So Richard Burton. Richard Burton as Bluebeard. I never realised what movie this was, but he's pretty much a serial killer. He marries women and then gets bored of them and then kills them and remarries. And it's about one woman who fights back. So yeah, it's a serial killer movie. I thought it was a weird kind of sexy comedy, but it's a serial killer movie basically with Richard Burton. Well, I shouldn't really show too much of that, but Bluebeard. Yeah. So that was $20. $20 with a slipcase. $20 for essentially a $40+ movie. $20. Very cool. Glad to have that. These are mostly ones I walked into the store to get. Just trying to figure out which one I walked into the store to get. Here's a couple. I've got to take prices off. This was a $40 movie I got for $35 minus 20%, whatever that is. I think 2, 4, 6, 7. So it was reduced from $39 down to $35, and I think I got it for $28, maybe. I don't know. My maths isn't mathing. But this is 4K and Blu-ray. And I thought this has a sleeve as well, but it didn't. That's okay. But it's 4K and Blu-ray, and I've got this on DVD. I'm going to move that one on. Razorback. Oh, God. So good to have this. Razorback on Umbrella. Razorback. 4K, Ultra, and Blu-ray. So you get the movie on both 4K and Blu-ray, which is fantastic because it still look good on Blu-ray, and 4K will look wonderful, I'm sure, but I don't have a 4K player or a 4K TV. A bunch of extras. If you don't know Razorback, it's Ozploitation fun. A giant, almost demonic wild boar, which in us is it? I don't think it's a boar though. Is it a boar in Australia? A razorback is a giant. Come on. It is a boar, right? It's just a wild pig. A wild boar. I have a movie called Boar, which is sort of a rip-off of Razorback. It's basically a boar, but yeah, anyway, it's a boar. There's another terminology for the boar, but there you go, Razorback. And once again, I think I paid $28 for this, and it was a $40+. A bit more than that. It'd be like closer to $50 movie, I'd say, on Blu-ray / 4K. Yeah, these black cases, I'm gonna have to get used to them because I don't have black cases really in my collection. So that's good to have. Razorback. This one, I've already taken the price off. This was definitely, I've seen the price on it before. This was a $39 movie. I wish I'd had the one with the slipcase, but I don't. That's okay. One of my favorite movies of Rutger Hauer's The Hitcher. So this was reduced from $39/$40 down to about, I think, around $30. I think I paid $25 for it. Maybe it was reduced to $25 and I paid $20 for it. I can't remember. It was either $20 or $25 I paid for this one. I've been wanting this for a long time. These are all movies I've wanted for a while on Blu-ray, and I've got them. See, Blu-ray, very nice. Great movie, brutal movie. For its time, brutal movie. Good acting. It's got Rutger Hauer and what's this young fella's name? C. Thomas Howell. I always forget. It's a weird way of saying your name. First initial and then Thomas, then Howell. C. Thomas Howell. Unless his first name is C. Yeah, very good movie. Brutal movie with a clear case, not blue case. Another Rutger Hauer movie. The case got ripped on this one though. Let's make sure the case is okay. It's got a nice sleeve on it, and I've got this one already in my Rutger Hauer collection of movies. Salute of the Jugger. And this is also 4K and Blu-ray, because it tells me it's 2-disc, 4K Blu-ray. So another one that I've got in the background if I ever want to watch 4K. I've got a couple of 4K movies. Salute of the Jugger, great artwork on it. I'm pretty sure these all have dual slipcases or covers on the front, so you can swap them around. But you've got the Saluda Jugger artwork on there, and then you'll have the original artwork on the front. And I'm pretty sure I paid around the $20 to $25 mark for that as well, because I would never pay full price for something that I'm trying to get on special. These are all obviously Umbrella. There's a bit of a Rutger Hauer thing tonight. Let's go through all the Rutger Hauer ones. Okay, this one I've been wanting for the longest time, and I really wanted it with the sleeve, but beggars can't be choosers. Because it was on special, I got this also for around the $20 mark. Rutger Hauer, Flesh and Blood. So it's R-rated. It's a movie about a band of, I guess, bandits that take over a castle, and then they've got a battle. Like, they're kind of like, rascals. But then they have to defend the castle they've just taken against a bunch of knights. That's my remembrance, my memory of it. So they go from, I think, rascals to being the defenders. There's another movie like that I've got on VHS. I think it's called The Valley, where a bunch of warriors, like renegade mercenaries, take over a valley, a peaceful valley, and then have to defend that valley from a bunch of invaders. I haven't watched that one though, but I've got it on VHS. Flesh and Blood. It's been on my list for a really long time. Once again, wish I had the sleeve, but the cover looks lovely, and it's got Rutger Hauer in it, and a classic movie. And it's got special features, as a lot of Umbrella ones do. Most of them do. So yeah, that's 3 Rutger Hauer ones: The Hitcher, Saluda the Jugger, and Flesh and Blood. Very happy with those. This one I've been wanting also on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD, so I'm happy to move the DVD on. This has a nice slipcase on it. And it is the story of Joy Division, which is a great movie. A bit bleak, but very fun. Not fun, but like, it's bleak, but it's a good movie. Control. Filmed by Anton Corbijn. Anton Corbijn. Is that an O or a J? I think it's a J. I don't know how to say that name. Corbijn. Corbijn. Control. Fantastic movie. Once again, a little bit bleak, and it has a horrible ending. Like, horrible for the character ending. But a wonderful movie, and I got it in the slip sleeve, so very nice. And once again, paid around $20 for it. So really happy to have that on Blu-ray. I don't think it's 4K. I think that was just Blu-ray. Yeah, that was just Blu-ray. This one I picked up because I didn't realize that it was a, I think it's Full Moon. Hang on, let me just double check that. A more modern version of a Full Moon, I think. Come on. Yeah, Full Moon. It's a more modern, but not super modern Full Moon movie. And I thought the year was listed on here. Was it 20 something? No, it's not telling me. You can look it up. I think it could be 2018 or 2020. Oh no, it was released into... Okay, gotcha, right. This was a movie that was made... I don't think it was released. I really have to look into it more. It has a 1984 promo reel and a 1997 promo reel. I think... But it looks more modern. Hang on, I gotta look this up. Hang on. Hang on a second. I'm getting confused because I got really confused when I first bought it because I thought it was a modern movie. Oh, it's so bright. I don't want it to be this bright. Prime. No. Yes. Yeah, but it says when it was released, but when was it made? So confused. I think it's a more modern movie because I think the footage showed it. I'm just confused because it's got a... Ah, that's right. Cool. Yeah. So look, this movie was released in 2023. That's what confused me. I'll explain. It was released in 2023. I'll explain the title and stuff in a second. But it was 50 years in the making. That's what was the confusing part. Because it's got reels and stuff from 1980 something. 1984 and 1997 promos. But it was released in 2023 after 50 years. And that is Primeval. So let me just get off this screen here. The Primevals. So it looks like it's more modern when you're watching the trailer for it, but it's a full moon movie, a passion project of, if his name can come back here. Primevals is a 2023 American science fiction fantasy adventure film from Full Moon Entertainment, co-written and directed by David Allen and starring Juliette Mills, amongst other people. The film was a passion project for stop-motion animator Allen, because there's a lot of stop-motion animation, and completed posthumously, so after he died, after over 50 years of development. The origin of the Primevals lay in an older project titled Raiders of the Stone Ring that was developed in the late 1960s by stop-motion animator David Allen, Dennis Murren, and Jim Danforth. The plot, which started as an Edgar Rice Burroughs pastiche, which I love Edgar Rice Burroughs, involved a group of explorers in the 1920s who discovered an unevolved Viking society threatened by blah, blah, blah. In the early 1970s, Allen returned to the project with the hopes of fleshing out the treatment. An initial script was written. I'm showing you nothing there, hang on. An initial script was written with Mark McGee and alternately called The Glacial Empire and later Primordium, the Arctic World. In the mid-1970s, Allen wrote an outline for the project now called The Primevals and was later contacted by Randall William Cook, who was curious about the status of the project as he had a potential backer lined up. They wrote the first draft of the film, intended funding had dried up. The script, while altered and updated over time, proved to be the basis for the eventual film. Whilst working on the low-budget science fiction and picture film Laser Blast, special effects artist Steve Nell mentioned Allen's stop-motion work to producer-director Charles Band. This is a whole story. It got mentioned in the cover of Cinefantastique. Got more funding. A full-page ad in Variety in 1980. Heavily advertised as part of the Empire's slate of upcoming pictures. Never really made it. The project was revived again when Band started Full Moon Entertainment in the late 1980s. Following a separation from Paramount Home Video, Full Moon suffered from financial difficulties that restricted the completion of the project. Allen continued to intermittently work in the film between projects before he died at the age of 54 in 1999. Allen left the film elements, stories, stop-motion, puppets, and all of his equipment in the care of his colleague Chris Endicott. In the ensuing years, Endicott and Band thought of ways to resurrect and complete the project. In 2018, Band launched an Indiegogo campaign to seek completion funds, resulting in over $40,000 raised. Endicott worked with stop-motion animator Ken Burton and a small army of visual effects artists, many of them friends of David Allen, to donate their services in order to get Allen's film finished with the meager funds available. In June 2023, it was announced the film would have its world premiere at the Fantasia Film Festival in Canada on July 23, 2023. The same month, the company debuted the trailer of the finished film. The film was released in the United States in limited theaters on March 11, 2024. There you go. The Primevals. 50 years in the making. I've seen the trailer. Looks fun. Looks interesting. A lot of stop-motion animation. Looked fun, and I'm pretty sure I only paid about $20 for it. Sorry, that was a long-winded way to explain it. I need to get this brightness off the screen here. Boop. Can you guess the movie yet? What's the movie? This movie hasn't seemed to have had any darkness. Isn't that interesting? The movie up here has had no darkness. Maybe that gives it away. Another one I picked up for about $15, $20, Waves of Madness. I heard it's about It's like a science fiction horror fantasy thing that's like kind of done side scrolling like games. If you look on here, come on, focus. Looks like side scrolling games. There's something on the ship. I like the premise. I like the idea of it. Never seen it before. Never really properly heard of it before. Thought I would buy it. And once again, I think I paid about $15 for it. It was a cheaper one. Two more left here. Picked this up. It was $14. And I think I paid about 10 or something for it. I don't really recall, but I didn't pay 14, that's for sure. This was 14 already. It was reduced to 14. So I think I don't think I paid very much. I think I paid $11 or $12 for it. The newish movie, The Thicket. Once again, Peter Dinklage. And Juliette Lewis, I think. Yes, Juliette Lewis. I can't believe I blanked on her name. The Thicket. Looks brutal. I sort of know what it's about, but I'm not going to read what's on the back. I picked it up. I paid bugger all for this movie. $14 was the price on it. I paid less than that. So good to have. And the last one out of these ones that I bought in the store or ordered in and picked up in store, click and collect, was this one. I've been wanting this for a long time. I had to pick it up. I had to pick it up because you can't find it in any JB Hi-Fis now. In fact, I saw this on the shelf and I was like, oh, I'll just order it online. And I couldn't find it online. It showed no store stocking it. So after a week, I was like, I'm going to go back to the store I saw it at, see if it's still there. If it's still there, I'll pick it up. If it's not still there, oh well, I've missed out and I'll get it some other way. I'll get it. There's other cuts of the movie. This is just the Umbrella Entertainment cut. But I walked back into a JB Hi-Fi a week later and I still found it in the same spot, even though it's not advertised online as being stocked anywhere. And I picked it up. Caligula, 4K and Blu-ray. This was kind of expensive. I got it reduced. So that's pretty good. So it was reduced from, I think it's an $80 movie. Or a $60-something movie. $70 movie? I can't remember. But I didn't pay that. I got it heavily reduced. But yeah, Caligula. Look, I remember this movie back in the day. I don't remember a whole lot about it. It's quite brutal and there's lots of boobs and it's very bright. There's lots of murder and killing and insanity, and it's very bright and colourful and brutal and dark. But I got Blu-ray / 4K, so I'm really, really happy with this one. This is one of the ones I'm really happy with because for some reason you can't seem to find it anywhere now, and they go out of print. I mean, I'm sure Umbrella Entertainment has a backlog somewhere, but that's everything so far. She's my everything. She's my everything. If you know what I'm saying, you know. So my current collection, will they fit onto the screen? Can I push Mike back a little bit? Mike, very bright with the light on it there. These are all the finds for the last, say, 3 to 4 weeks. Black Sheep, Toxic Avenger, Bluebeard, Razorback, Hitcher, Salute of the Jugger, Flesh and Blood, Control, The Primevals, The Waves of Madness, The Thicket, and Caligula. So very, very happy with these. Very happy with these. Now, once again, I'm not going to open these right now. These are going to be opened at a later date. I need to put these on shelves to get them off the floor. So I will do that. Just stack them all together with VHS tapes here for now. Okay. Oh, the VHS has stopped working. Have you guessed the movie yet? Have you guessed the movie yet? Well, it's coming to a climax, I think, yeah? There's no one watching. I don't think there's anyone watching. And it's getting close to 5 in the morning. I need to wind this up. So let's do mail and then wind it up because I don't think I can do this much longer. I started late. I've got to end as soon as I can. mail-wise here. Everything's... They're all going to be... I'll do that one. I think I'll do that one. Okay, let's do mail. I'm starting to feel like I need to pee. I've been sitting here for a bit. All right. Let's go to mail. Why do I sing like that? I've got no idea. Let's go right now. I've lost Roddy Cam. There's Roddy Cam. Scroll past too fast. All right, let's do mail. Here's some mail. I gotta hide the name on the front. I got a couple of bags. Well, let's just open this one. It's a nice thick one. I've had these for a bit here too. If I did a whole mail, I'd have to do an episode like this just on mail, because I've been getting a bit lately, and I can't do it all. So we'll open one. We've got 3 bags there. I'll open one. All right. Oops, I've ripped it. Let's take these out. Oh, so good. So good. It's nearly 5 in the morning, man. Why do I do this to myself? All right, Attack of the Clones has finished. What do we got here? Some good things. 4 movies. Umbrella Entertainment, all of them. So it's fitting. Picked up this one because I loved this movie when it came out back in the day, and I bought it on VHS back in the day, and then I lost it on VHS back in the day because I think I got rid of or sold or gave away a lot of my VHS tapes when I moved on to DVD. As we all did, we all just thought, move on to the better product, got rid of the old ones, and now we're all kicking ourselves. Some people kept them. I didn't. But glad to have it. I do have it actually on... I've got it right there on VHS. I'm pointing. Can I point at it? Next to Incredible Hulk. Right there. Behind the other red one. You can't see it then. I have it down there, Hamlet. I'm giving it away, Hamlet. And I have it on DVD somewhere. Hamlet, Mel Gibson. This was Mel Gibson in his prime or near his prime. I loved this film. It had a all-star cast. And I loved his unhinged Hamlet. I loved it. I was a big Shakespeare fan back in the day. I wouldn't say I read every Shakespeare novel, book, script, manuscript, but I loved it when they did it. They at school in school they really banged on about Shakespeare. So they used to get us in a room with a VHS player and play English. You probably see them out there, English kind of like stage plays where the backgrounds are just blank. They're just like a blank stage, and all you focus on is the characters. So they have a few props like a chair and like an archway and like a brazier or like a brazier or whatever you want to call it. Not a bra, like a brazier with a flame with like flames in it. So and then everything in the background would just be blue or white or whatever. And I used to watch those all the time when I was in school, and I loved them. I loved the stories, the to and fro between the characters, like something to do about nothing, I think was one of them. And this, really loved Shakespeare. So when he made this movie, I'm not making much sense, am I? When he was in this movie, I loved it. I loved it because it had full sets, it had like full cast. It was great. So really happy to have this. This is Hamlet. Once again, this was on sale. I picked it up on sale. So I paid not as much as what you would normally pay for a full movie. I'll just add this to this huge collection of umbrellas. I picked up this movie. It's an Australian movie set in Tasmania, I think. And it has Steve Bisley. Anna Maria Winchester, Ross Thompson in it. And yeah, it's an Australian. Well, that's a bit freaky. It's an Australian sort of, I don't know if it's Ozploitation, but it's an Australian movie. I think it's set in Tasmania. I sort of read that, but I might be wrong. Oh, the stunts are by George Miller. That's what stars from Mad Max in it. Steve Bisley, Hugh Keynes, Byrne, Roger Ward, and Mel Gibson. Oh, it's Mel Gibson in it. Oh, it's got appearances. Oh, and this 2-disc set includes the original soundtrack presented for the first time on CD. Interesting. Didn't realize that. Okay, so it's a box set that's got the soundtrack on CD. Cool. Chain Reaction. The bottom's covered by this J card thing. Chain Reaction. Yeah, it's about a radiation or nuclear nightmare. People get infected and they're trying to shut down this town. For mechanic Larry Stilson and his wife Carmel, a weekend in paradise turns into their most horrifying nightmare. At their retreat in an isolated mountain valley, they are confronted by Heinrich, the victim of a deadly nuclear spill, who is in the throes of a horrifying radiation death. A top-secret government security team moves in with an army of vicious decontamination workers to seal off the valley, forcing Larry and Carmel to attempt a daring high-speed escape. But the question growing more urgent by the minute is, can the radioactive waste be contained? So yeah, you got that. You got that cover. Look, I'd been wanting this for a while. It wasn't high on my list, but it was there. But once again, when you see things on special, you have to make the most of it. So you get a lot on this. And it does say on the back, is the movie finished? There you go. You can see the movie. Can you guess the movie? It's telling you. What's the movie title? Can you see it? Can I let the screen catch up? Too bright? Yeah, it's very flashy. The movie was Insomnia. I'm going to tell you now before I forget. The movie was Insomnia. Did you guess Insomnia? Did you guess Insomnia? Robin Williams, Al Pacino? Insomnia. Yeah, Chain Reaction. Had to pick it up. And it says on the back that it comes with a CD. This 2-disc set includes the original soundtrack presented for the first time on CD. So, there you go. Soundtrack on CD included. Which I'm assuming is part of the 2 discs. Or it's 2 discs plus the CD. I don't know. I'll have to open it up. Otherwise, it would be 3 discs. So they never had the soundtrack on CD before. So this is the first time you got it on CD. Interesting. So that probably means the Blu-ray has everything on one Blu-ray. CD of the original soundtrack composed by... Yeah, so there's some extras on here, but it's not a huge amount of extras. So I'm going to assume one of the 2 discs is just the CD. Yeah, cool. Chain Reaction. Very happy to have that. This one I've been wanting for a while. I've heard it's actually quite a brutal film, but starts off like a fun film. It does say sex scenes, nudity, R rating. It's a new modern film made to be like an older film. I think it's made to look and sound and come across like a sort of 60s folky horror kind of thing. And that movie, it's under the Beyond Genres logo, as some of these horror movies are. Volume 20, The Love Witch. What does it say there? Front says, also featuring Viva. I don't know what that means. But I've been wanting this for a while. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's a woman that learns how to... Look, I'm not going to pretend to remember. Hang on. I've got to set this up like I can read properly. Because otherwise I'm looking down. All right. A modern-day witch uses spells and magic to get men to fall in love with her in a tribute to 1960s Technicolor thrillers. Told you. I told you. Elaine, a beautiful young witch, is determined to find a man to love her. In her gothic Victorian apartment, she makes spells and potions and then picks up men and seduces them. However, her spells work too well, leaving her with a string of hapless victims. When she finally meets the man of her dreams, her desperation to be loved will drive her to the brink of insanity and murder. With a visual style that pays tribute to Technicolor thrillers of the 60s, The Love Witch explores female fantasy and the repercussions of pathological narcissism. It includes audio commentary by director Anna Biller, cinematographer M. David Mullen, star Samantha Robinson, and actor-producer Jared Sanford. A special message from The Love Witch, behind the scenes with the director Anna Biller, interview with cinematographer Mr. M. David Mullen, deleted scenes, Fantastic Film Festival Australia interview with Anna Biller, The Love Witch trailer, The Love Witch Uncut trailer. That's disc 1. Disc 2 has Viva, feature film by Anna Biller. It includes a feature film by Anna Biller called Viva. Anna Biller short film collection, A Visit from the Incubus, Fairy Ballet, The Hypnotist, 3 examples of myself as a queen, and behind the scenes of Viva, the Viva trailer, and Viva Uncut trailer. So you get 2 movies out of this. You get The Love Witch and Viva, and some short movies, which is very cool. I've been wanting this for a while. It's just been on the sort of lower end of my pick it up mentality. So, yeah, once again, I didn't pay very much for this. I think I paid around $20. I can't remember. Under or around 20, which is really cool. And the last one I picked up is very giallo. I don't know if it is a giallo. Maybe it is a giallo. Maybe it is a giallo. Oh, it's numbered. Oh, what? It's numbered. Are all of these numbered? No, but this one is. Is this numbered? Oh, they're all numbered. That's interesting. I didn't really ever consider that because I don't make so many. Is this numbered? Doesn't number that one. So Chain Reaction is numbered at 333 out of 1500. That's good to know. I'll have to check the other ones. Hamlet is not numbered at all. I think it's because it didn't come with a slip sleeve. Caligula is not numbered because it didn't come with a sleeve. This movie is numbered at 300 out of 1500. There you go. Didn't realize I'll double check all my movies now. I need a drink of water. My mouth is dry. Okay. I think this is a giallo. Warning, not recommended viewing for persons with schizophrenic tendencies. All right, it's Lucio Fulci, so it would be giallo. Music by Ennio Morricone. And that is the movie A Lizard in a Woman's Skin. This is got a slip sleeve, and it is numbered as number 300 of 1500. That's pretty cool. I'll double check my other movies now. I didn't realize. I sort of did know they numbered some of them, but I didn't realize they numbered all the sleeve ones. So there you go. Lizard in a Woman's Skin. I've been wanting this for a long while. So the cover to this, I know what it looks like. It's actually underneath this sleeve. Is different to this. It's actually a really old school looking cover. I would show you, but I don't want to open this right now. So there's your number. 300 of 1500. This is just Blu-ray, I think. Yep, just Blu-ray. Special features. Oh, sorry. Let me just read you the back of it. This is a Ennio Morricone, a Lucio Fulci film. Carol Hammond is a sophisticated yet sexually frustrated politician's daughter who experiences a series of vivid psychosexual nightmares about her neighbor Julia Dura. Drenched in brutal violence and depraved sexual acts, the dreams become so real they start affecting Carol's waking life as well. When Julia is found murdered in her own apartment, it isn't long before Police Inspector Corvin, begins to suspect Carol even after a mysterious man confesses to Scotland Yard that he is the murderer. Is Carol guilty or is she being set up? Where do her dreams end and reality begin? Featuring a stunning psychedelic score by Ennio Morricone, A Lizard in a Woman's Skin is an acclaimed giallo. It is a giallo, there you go. Masterpiece from famed director Lucio Fulci. Now, this comes with feature-length audio commentary with Troy Howarth and Howard S. Berger. Lucio in a Woman's Skin, a visual essay by the Flying Masochist Brothers. Masochist. The Flying Massist Brothers. One, No One, and 100 Fulcis, a visual essay by Howard S. Berger and Francesco Massasesi. Down Dangerous Roads, Kim Newman on Stanley Baker. Shedding the Skin, a 2005 documentary by Chris Gavin. When Worlds Collide, Stephen Thrower's On a Woman, on a Lizard. Oh my God, start again. When Worlds Collide, Stephen Thrower on a Lizard in a Woman's Skin. From Burton to Baker, an interview with actor Tony Adams. An alternate Italian opening. The credits, a Lucio Fulci's trailer reel, and a trailer. So you get a lot for a Blu-ray. You get a lot. But it is a giallo. I wasn't sure if it was, but it is. Yeah, Lucio Fulci. Lizard in a Woman's Skin. This has been on my list for the longest time. It's starting to disappear from stores. In fact, some of the JB Hi-Fis I've been walking into have looked like they were moving things out of their store. And I was like saying to the lady there, what's happening to the DVD and Blu-ray aisle? She's like, oh no, we're reducing. And I was kind of prying. I'm like going, oh, what do you mean by reducing? Because you only had about 3 or 4 aisles of Blu-ray/DVDs. Which goes, oh no, they're reducing, not getting rid of them. They're reducing them down to like 1 or 2 aisles. So you've heard it from me. One of the bigger stores that I usually go to, one of the bigger ones, is reducing their physical media down. They might still be showing them online, but they're reducing them down. So I started asking her more questions, and she started getting sus about why I was asking them. But I said, oh, is it going to be online? She's like, oh, yeah. But yeah, so just be careful. It looks like JB Hi-Fi may be reducing their stock down. I don't know what it means, whether it means less of all of the good things or more of just general things. I don't know. But their shelves went from 4 shelves, like aisles, 4 to 5 aisles down to, I think, 2 aisles. And then you've got the horror section and then another section. So yeah, less movies is not a good thing. I'm going to tell you that. Less movies is not a good thing. Less movies is a bad thing. Now, I'm not dissing JB Hi-Fi like you do you. We can't stop stores from doing the things they need to do to survive. I'm not entirely sure why they need to do that to survive. Isn't numbered for Control? Yeah, Control is... Sorry, I'm just going through the ones I just went through and opened. Control is number 178 of 2,500. What else have I got? Salute of the Jugger numbered. Salute of the Jugger is numbered 1392 out of 5,000. So it's good to know I've got some of these limited runs. Black Sheep was boxed, wasn't it? Any of these boxed? Yeah, Bluebeard was boxed. Hang on, I've got to find all the boxed ones. Oh, give me the boxed one. Not that one. That one. I'm just curious now. I'm curious about all of the slip sleeve ones. Did that one, did that one, did that one. Bluebeard is 1,191 out of 1,002. Come on, focus, Roddy. 1,191 out of 1,250. So very close to the end. Most of these were sold out. So I was lucky I got in. And Black Sheep was 826 out of 2,000. I'm going to have to check my other ones. And I got some other order-ins as well. So maybe they were numbered. 826 out of 2,000. So just keep in mind that when they run out, unless they want to re-release them. And I think we're going to leave things there, guys, because it's after 5. And really, I should be getting inside to get some sleep now. But I might stick in here for another hour and then go to bed, go inside at 6 and get a couple of hours sleep. All right, guys, I want to thank you very much for being here. No one's really dropped in. I know I left it late, and that's okay. I'll probably see most of you on the replay, and that's fine as well. So most of you anyway.
They mostly come at night. Mostly.
Yeah. I wish I just get to have the mostly part.
They mostly come at night. They mostly come.
I wish I could just get the mostly part. Mostly. Yeah, so thank you very much, guys. I know it's been a bit of a long one. I've had a bit of a whinge about Sony and Sony PlayStation and also Disney Plus, or Disney, I should say. I keep calling them Disney Plus, but they're Disney. But I think it's warranted. I think it's warranted. I think you should all be pissed off, and that the more of you that are pissed off, the more change there is going to happen. You vote with your wallet, and that's just the way things should work. So if you don't care, you don't care. I can't make you care. If you don't care and you're happy with digital, live your best life. Live your best life. I can't make you do what other people feel. If you're happy, you're happy. But if you're not happy, which I'm going to say is most of us, voice your opinion. Share those reels, share those stories on Instagram, share your opinions on YouTube, share your opinions on X, share your opinions on Facebook, share your opinions in as many places as possible and tag Sony into it. There's a lot of fuck Sonys going around. Do it. If you're pissed off, make a point. Make sure they know. The more people that stand up and say it, the more they can see it. There are people just absolutely upset and angry and voicing their opinion online, and so it should be. So if you need to do that, I'm doing it. I'm getting reels, I'm sharing them, and I'm sharing them, and I'm sharing them, and I'm sharing them, and I don't stop sharing them. Because we've got, 2026? We've got 2 years roughly, or less maybe, before they decide to get rid of physical media with games. You've got time. You got the time to, piss them off enough to make them change their mind. If they're going to lose customers out of it, if they're going to fight a losing battle, we can't stop them. If they don't get it, you can't stop them. If they don't get it, you cannot stop them. They're going to dig themselves a giant hole. You can't stop them. But in the meantime, you can. You can actually put it out there, stand up, tell the world you're pissed off, tell Sony you're pissed off, tell, that whole team. I mean, it goes back to Japan, doesn't it? Sony and Sony Japan. Tell them you're pissed off. Physical media matters. Stand for our rights. We're the consumers. We know what we want. We don't want the stuff that they're feeding us. We don't want to be given things under duress. We don't want to be told this is how you consume things. No, this is not how we consume things. We tell manufacturers how we consume things. And we'll vote with our wallet. And if they're not going to change their mind, then we'll go away. And that will make them go away. So go ahead, keep on standing up for your rights, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you have watched, I know I came in late, so I did miss a lot of people in the live, and my YouTube is weird. I've got to look up how to look up. I've got to figure out how to look up the way I view my views. It's very strange. So thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe if you can. I'm a small channel. Make sure you actually subscribe to also Mike's Horror Movies. He's a small channel too. He's smaller than I am. But I'm a small channel. All the things in the world matter. Subscribe. You can always unsubscribe later. Like, comment, share. You don't even have to like. You can dislike. Everything matters. Interaction is the key. YouTube's algorithm is a messed up beast, but every little bit counts. So if anybody wants to, I was going to say follow me on Instagram under Neon Doom Room or Revenge of the Video Store. Subscribe to me here on Neon Doom Room. I do the Doom vlog every week for the most part. I've been doing it for quite a long while now. I've got lots of older videos that were a lot more heavily edited. You got Toy Doom Tuesday and a bunch of other things, Media Mania. Yeah, but it matters. It all matters. So subscribe if you can. You can always unsubscribe later. Like, dislike, comment, jump in on the chat. Come on, Rotten Roddy. Share. If you don't like the content, maybe you know someone who does like that kind of content. Share it with them. Sharing counts as well. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to leave you there. Don't forget to brand your buckaroos and tangle with your tangerines. I don't know where I come up with these stupid things. It's BZ in the Neon Doom Room, Rotten Roddy, my Master at Arm's Length, and Mike. And we say thank you very much. We'll see you on the next Doom vlog. Pat your mum, say goodnight to your dog for me, and we'll see you on the next Doom vlog in the Neon Doom Room. I love you. Have a good one. Platonically, of course. I love you platonically. I'm not a creep. Have a good one, guys. Watch more movies, make more comments, enjoy those things, live your best life. Fuck Sony, fight Sony, put it out there. And let's watch more. Let's do more. Tell me what your collections are. Tell me what you're doing. What have you got in your collection? What are you watching? What's your favorites? I'm giving you too many things to do at once. I love you. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
What do they say? He can't hold his liquor.